Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. You're going to know everything that you need to know at the right time. There's a flood of divine intuition that will come in at the very moments when you need it to. A flood of intuition. It'll be like receiving instant enlightenment. If you've been thinking about, like, how will I know if something's right for me? How will I know if something's wrong for me? You may have been through situations in the past, I mean, haven't we all? 1, 2, 3 on the timer, where it's like, you said to yourself, next time, I'm gonna peep this. So, next time, you're gonna peep it. Because what's coming through is that there was a time when your intuition spoke to you, and perhaps you didn't listen. Perhaps you talked yourself into letting someone else convince you of something, or, you know, there are so many reasons why we don't always take the route that our intuition is telling us to take. But the next time something is presented to you that is false, it's going to be like, I'm seeing an alarm go off and like a red light, you know, in your mind and in your mind's eye. And perhaps if you felt this way before about certain things, for some of you, you're going to feel it all throughout your body. It might be tingles, it might be chills, it might be butterflies. It's going to be something that lets you know that whatever opportunity is being put in front of you is not actually an opportunity, it's a trap, and you're gonna know. And unlike before in the past, where maybe you allowed someone to convince you that, oh yeah, it's okay, come on in, you know, come on into this trap house. A trap house might be significant, okay, but I'm thinking of it as like a trap, you know, a situation that's a trap. You're not going to allow anybody to talk you into doing something that your intuition does not approve of. Also, there's something about releasing any guilt that you might feel sometimes about not listening to your intuition, because the Matrix programs us to not listen to our intuition. The experiences that we have throughout our lifetime that we spend in society, whether it's situations in school, situations in friend groups, and societal pressures, and trying to meet the standards of societal norms, all of that programs us to not listen to our intuition. So if you have set an intention of strengthening your intuitive voice and tuning into it more, that's like the best thing you could have done, and congratulations, is working, because your intuition has become so much stronger, and so has your loyalty to yourself. You are not going to abandon yourself. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Okay, this one remained on the table. Okay, we've got bond here. For some of you, you have a very strong bond with another divine being. But I also see this as the bond between your masculine and feminine energies, between your mind and your intuition. You're not allowing your confirmation. You're no longer allowing your mind to talk you out of your intuition. Like, you get a feeling and then your mind is like, but how does that make sense? Because remember the facts from the past. Remember what that person said in that conversation from the past, and your mind starts picking up on data that contradicts your intuition. Listen, intuition does not always make sense as it relates to facts and analysis and, you know, data, or perhaps what somebody has told you makes sense. But intuition is so strong within your body that when you follow it, your intuition gets stronger. The more you trust it, the stronger it gets. And that's exactly what's happening for you at this time, beautiful being. Your intuition is getting stronger, and it's like undeniable. You can't turn on your intuition. Yeah, you're walking away from past situations that don't serve you. There's something now that's dead, and I'm not picking up on a person because that's just not coming through at this time. But it's like energetically, there's a situation that is over. It's done. It's dead to you. Okay. Also, I'm getting, like, on Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, he always says, you know, he says to people, you're dead to me. It's something about a situation that you have turned the page. You have chosen to keep moving forward, and what that's doing is it's opening up opportunities for you, opportunities of wealth, good health, I'm hearing. All right, this really has nothing to do with the actual Mr. Wonderful. Is it Kevin Leary? Somebody's name could be Kevin. It's not about him or his life or anything like that, although there might be a synchronicity there for you. Take what resonates. But it's about the fact that he goes by Mr. Wonderful, and he's always willing to shut out what no longer serves him, even if you see that as toxic. This is coming through in a very divine way. You have been willing to close the door on something that is now done. And that opens up to the wonders in your life that you deserve. The wonderful experiences, the wonderful abundance. It's like when you closed one door, 10 other doors opened up. And I'm seeing, like, the doors fly open and it's light coming through, and it's like, ah, for each and every one. Now, there might be a window or a door too that opens. It's like it's stuck. Somebody's trying to get it open, you know, like an old stuck window. And it's a mess. It's some nonsense. But see, you're going to know what the nonsense is because your intuition is undeniable. So you have a world of opportunities that are opening up for you, and you're going to know what's right for you. Also, if you've been afraid to experience new things because you're afraid that there are still traps, you're going to know the traps. You don't have to be afraid of the wonderful things because you're going to know what is truly wonderful for you. Yeah, anticipation. It's almost like that energy of just a little bit of anxiety. And what I'm getting is that the anxiety is perhaps the ghosts from the past, the memories of when things didn't go right. So really, it's not that it didn't go right. It didn't go as you planned. It didn't go as you expected. It didn't go as you hoped. And you know what I'm also hearing? It didn't go the way that you deserved for it to go. Because there's something that happened in the past, I'm picking up on this, where, like, you did the right things. You were minding your business. You were focusing on you. You were treating people with respect. 9/11 on the timer, and then it felt like an emergency. An outburst of chaos just erupted. An outbreak. Okay? There could have been something regarding health that happened here. But I'm also seeing that with that energy that came forward, with that difficulty, that pain, I'm seeing a hand holding your hand, guiding you. I'm also seeing you in the form of your inner child. So for some of you, this could have been something that trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning. This could be something that happened during your youth, or it could be something that happened during your adulthood, but it happened in order to assist you in healing your inner child. Okay. So if this resonates with you, the sort of things that have been happening in your life, that is one reason why this situation unfolded in the way that it did, was because there were wounds from before, perhaps long ago, that Divine wanted to hold your hand and walk through that situation with you in order to help heal your heart, to heal your mind, to heal your soul. Okay, I'm seeing fragments of the soul coming together. So you could have experienced in the past a situation where there was fragmentation of the soul, but you have reclaimed those aspects of yourself, and now you are whole. You're not operating from a fragmented state anymore. If you ever were, take what resonates. You are now a whole divine being. That's one reason why your intuition is fully online. Okay, that's it for the Crow's Oracle. What are we going to now, Spirit? Okay, they said the ancestors. Okay, come through, ancestors. What's the message here for this beautiful being? We got location, act of love, yes or no, and snake. Okay, see, because this anticipation energy is definitely coming through. It's like there may be some self-doubt because of something that happened in the past, but also there's this reassurance that you are online as your whole self. There are no more fragments. Mind and intuition are both working hand in hand here, because you've been doing the healing work that's necessary in order to know the snakes, because there is a snake here. Look at this location card. He's up under, now this is a message from the ancestors, so if any of the images within these cards kind of bring you back to a memory of an ancestor, it could definitely be that particular ancestor connecting with you, okay? But he's hiding up under the table. But all around him are stars. They're angel wings. The ancestors are saying, proceed with caution, but also with grace and confidence. So caution is like the awareness that there is something out there that is a snake that does not serve, right? But it doesn't mean fear. Caution is just simply awareness. Caution is also, for you, what's coming through in this reading is that your caution also includes the wisdom that you have gained from previous experiences. It came to me as I was warming up my tea. There's something that you went through long ago, whether it was during childhood or adulthood, but it was long ago, and you perhaps, because anybody would see it in this way, whatever this was that happened to you, that it was very unfair, and it would, by anyone's standards, anyone who has common sense would have considered what you went through as traumatic, right? But because of the healing work that you have done, that trauma has now been transmuted into wisdom and awareness. So there's something that you went through long ago that has prepared you for a trap that has been set for you at this time or in the near future. And because of what you've already experienced, see, it's kind of like that been there, done that energy. And I'm seeing somebody, 1444, whatever this is that somebody's trying to entice you, reel you into experiencing, the way that you're going to process it is like, did you really try that? It's like the vibe of, you're going to have to wake up pretty early in the morning to get over on the divine collective. Okay? So there's something that somebody is planning, and it's going to look like child's play to you. It's going to look like a job that they did, but they botched it up. It's almost like after you walk away from it, because you will walk away from it, you are going to love yourself. See, act of love. You're going to love yourself through this situation. You've already reached a frequency of self-love that's going to instantly turn you away from this negative experience. You're gonna know. Like that. No doubt about it. Beautiful being, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You just might laugh at the ridiculousness of this person's, or it could be a group, okay, of this person's or these people's intentions. Because you're gonna be like, what in the world were you doing? Like, you could have asked me, low-key, to help you plan this better. You know what I'm saying? Not that you want to be in on anything like that, but it's just, it's the absurdity of it. It's going to be very tempting to laugh. You might be tempted to laugh. And I feel like if you laugh, hey, that's fine, because that's a high frequency. Laugh at it. Yes, laugh at it. I heard laugh at the devil. So there could be a devil energy here. Somebody who works in their lower self. Somebody who's committed to doing low vibe things. Someone who wants to trap people. Someone who wants to control people instead of controlling their own urges and actions and thoughts. Okay, they're obsessed with trying to be connected to you. They want to make it look like a connection, but it's really an attachment that they have to you. But yet you're sitting here like, who are you? 1717 on the timer. You're in your star energy. You move in Aquarius energy. Okay? You flow like water. You're like the breeze, you know, because Aquarius, water and air, right? The water bearer, but it's an air sign. Also, there's rebellion here, divine rebellion, where you're like, not today, honey. Not tomorrow either. Okay? So, yeah. If there has been any doubt, beautiful being, just know that you got it. You've got whatever this challenge is, because it's not even going to feel challenging to you. We've got minute 18 where somebody, yeah, it was 1804 when I glanced at the camera. So there's something hidden here, but you're protected from it. Okay, we got a King of Swords on the fence. A lot of these cards have been coming out on the fence, and that's because Divine is really working. Listen, let me tell you something. I am recording this at the time of Saturn retrograde. So people are feeling the karma who need to feel it. These karmic lessons that they need to get, Divine is like, you gonna learn today. Okay? And see, the difference between you and them is that the lessons that you have been called to learn, you're like, okay, I'm here. You came, look, you came with your notepad and your pencil, and you like, I'm taking notes, spirit. What I need to do. You're learning. You're getting the notes. While other beings have been out here playing games, and now they're realizing with this inevitable energy, this cosmic event that is happening now, and I don't care when you're watching this, it's still relevant, because even if it's not currently Saturn retrograde when you're watching this, that's the energy that this particular being or these beings who are trying to throw conflict your way, out of their desperation and misery, that's what they're feeling. Is the pressure of this karmic lesson. They've been avoiding, they've been running away, but they can't. So that's why they're coming out on the fence. And it's a little bit more upright than on the fence, but it's still, I'm taking it on the fence. This person, this is a King of Swords. Divine is saying you need to be upright. Whoever this is who's trying to work against you, they have been trying to work in this very, I'm hearing stern energy where they're like, I know it all. You will do as I say. They're trying to use something about the legal system. Okay, this could be someone who has connections to a wider group, a wider collective. I didn't say the divine collective, okay? They could have connections to some entity. It could be insurance companies. It could be the military. It could be a massive organization. And they think that because they have ties to such large entities, that they therefore have control over you. But see, divine energy always restores balance. Balance is always restored. And so when balance is restored, the people who have been in the reverse and avoiding those lessons, trying to push away that karmic energy, those karmic lessons, and wanting to remain aligned with a karmic timeline, okay, they don't know what to do. Yeah, so the snake here is a King of Swords, or someone who's acting in this King of Swords energy. They do not have to be a male. They could be male or female, non-binary. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they're trying to act in their masculine energy. So they're trying to control, they're trying to have power, they're trying to have dominance, all right? Which isn't always how masculine energy plays out, but when it's not aligned with the divine, it usually does come through that way, okay? What else about this energy that does this beautiful being need to know, Spirit? We've got the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles, and that's you. I'm hearing the High Priestess trumps the snake because it came out right over the snake. Also, there's something that this King of Swords, this snake, cannot see because they're wearing glasses and I cannot see his eyes. Okay, remember, it doesn't have to be a man, a male, okay? Gender does not matter here. It's the energy. They're trying very hard to push. See, that's that masculine energy. Push, 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 push my way in. I'm going to push my way in to have control over the divine collective. I'm going to make this happen. Okay? They just hope they have a chance. I got a notification about a chance. They just want a chance to overtake you. But see, it already came through that out of an act of love for yourself, for the divine, you will make the right choice. I'm seeing, okay, so, oh, this person is holding puppets. But when I first looked at that, I saw him like, it looked like he was holding two babies, twins. There could be a Gemini involved here. It doesn't have to be. There are other people involved in this situation though. And you're going to make the right choice despite the fact that there is someone, there are beings. Now I'm seeing that it's not just one person, beautiful being. But there are beings who have wanted to manipulate you and have you like a puppet on a string. You are still going to make the right choice. Okay, so we've got High Priestess and Queen of Pentacles. You are stable, which is one reason why this person, these people want access to you. Because you're stable. I'm hearing cool, calm, and collected. You're wise beyond your years. So even if you're young, which I mean, what is young? I've met some 80-year-olds that I'm like, ooh, like their energy is so youthful. I love that. It's so inspiring. Ashe. But you might feel young, but you are so wise. You are so wise beyond your years. And this is wisdom that you have accrued, collected over many lifetimes. You might have ties to ancient Egypt. You might feel that. Okay, take what resonates. But also, I just keep hearing like you've been taking notes. So you're a student of life. We just had 2442. So because of the lessons you've been learning, the notes you've been taking, You are able to see things from all different perspectives. I almost see you as like a PI, like a detective, a private investigator, like, and that's the energy that you bring to a situation just like that. There could be a person who's trained as a private investigator, right? Or a detective. They have to thumb through files. I don't know, now it's probably all like online or something, I don't know. Searching through databases and doing this, you know, I'm seeing somebody like Sherlock Holmes with their magnifying glass. They're like going through everything. You listen to one conversation. You look at one script, like a recording or something like that. You look at one piece of evidence and you solve the crime. You got it all figured out, you know. It's something about your intuition, your awareness, and your wisdom all combined. I'm just hearing like dynamite. So there's something that's being ruined regarding a plan against you. And I was about to say a plan for you, but it was like as my lips were trying to say it, against came out. So there's somebody here who wants to present something like it's for you, but it is against you. But love, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Let me just remind you, you've come out here as the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. So despite whatever it is that these beings are trying to form against you, okay, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. You see through it, and not only that, but it doesn't shake you. See, the Queen of Pentacles is the most stable queen of them all. Also, I'm seeing here, I mean, I'm seeing masculine and feminine, or male and female representations throughout this whole thing. But so far, whoever this is who's trying to attack you, they're coming through as only masculine energy. You are the first who has come through as both masculine and feminine, and that came through in the bond card, that your masculine and feminine energies are both balanced and working on one accord together. So you are balanced. Whoever this is, I don't care if it's a family member and their cronies. I don't care if it's a cult. I don't care if it's a religious organization that pretends to be of God, but they are of anything else. Anything else. Okay? Like the worst of the worst of the worst. Dripping with evil. Alright? I don't care who it is. They are trying to force their way into your world. And they're not using true intuition, true foresight, true reflection to do their work. So their work stinks. And you're going to sniff it from miles away. Okay, they said that's it for that one. Okay, they said go to the archetype deck. Okay, what I'm getting is like clues. Oh, these were from that other deck because I stack them on top of each other. So I'll take them. Let's see, we've got the Death card here. Oh, an Emperor. Yeah, well, that's masculine energy. Listen, and mental conflict. That's why they're trying this nonsense with you. Because it's a toxic emperor, a wannabe emperor trying to control things, but really, there's nothing there for them to be inspired from in any way that would allow them to take control over you. There's nothing. Also, they've tried to attack divine feminine energy, because look on this card, it's the transformation card 13, the Death card. But look, this is the only card that has represented whoever this is who's been trying to attack you, and it's a female. It's the only one where there's a female. So this group, this organization, or this being, whatever it is in your situation, they have tried to attack divine feminine energy. They don't like the divine feminine. What does that mean? They don't like birth. They don't like life. They don't like when people give life to anything. It could be an actual life. Now think about how dark that could be, depending on your situation. They don't like when a person gives life to their creative ideas. They don't like creation. They don't like inspiration. They don't like when beings are able to rest. So they always want to antagonize, enslave, colonize. That's the energy that this so-called emperor operates out of. You know, this morning I was headed somewhere and I saw a raccoon. Whenever I see a being that has been hit on the side of the road, I always send it out there into the cosmos with divine energy, right? But this one, it was so crazy the way I saw it, because it was just, it didn't even look like it had been damaged in any way, but it was just lying on his back. I hate to be so morbid, but it's what I saw this morning, and I feel like it's relevant to this reading. And you know, the raccoon energy, you think about what raccoons do. They go through trash. They're so cute though, right? I actually like raccoons, but looking at it from a spiritual perspective, what's coming through is that there's somebody who is trying to stir trouble in your life. There's somebody who is trying to take advantage of any sort of deprivation or endings in your life and use them against you and use them for your gain. Okay, they wanted to cause endings for your life and they wanted to gain from that. And when I say endings, it could be anything: the ending of a job, the ending of success, the ending of love, the ending of abundance, whatever ending it was that they wanted to create for your life, in your life, they wanted to feed off of that, like a raccoon feeding off of the trash. Think about it. And this raccoon was lying just like this, belly up on the side of the road. And it was right in front of a gas station. So maybe this being is trying to come in to get charged up, to feast off of your energy, but they can't even make it. Energetically, it's done. But yeah, this being or this organization has tried to bring endings to your divine feminine energy. And I don't care if you are male, female, non-binary. It's about your spiritual energy. Okay, they didn't want you to rest. They didn't want you to create new things. They didn't want you to give birth to new things in your life, to abundance in your life. They're in mental conflict. This person could be experiencing psychosis. Okay, and it's a result, in part at least, it's a result of all the tricks that they've been trying to play on you, the games that they've been playing that they can't even keep up with, the different personalities they've been taking on to try to fool you. 3333 on the timer. Yeah, this is a whole group experiencing this conflict. Because they told too many stories, too many lies. For some of you, this is a religious organization or a priest or priestess. Look, there we go. More masculine energy, who tried to act like a Samaritan. So this person could have entered your world or interacted with you at some point in time, acting like they were going to help, like they were there to serve. Yeah, anything else, anything but that is what they were being. Look, father, thief, child wounded, child divine. Okay, you went from being wounded to being completely divine. The healing work that you've done is inspiring, to say the least. And see, that's what they wanted to control, because you've done the work. Now it's time for you to create and put things out there and share your energy with the world that helps other people do the same thing that you've done in their own way, right? Because unlike this organization or this person, you respect individuality. You're not trying to be a puppeteer and control people. You respect who people are, as long as they're not trying to override someone else's free will, okay? Because that's not okay. But this is someone who operates out of masculine, toxic masculine energy and is a thief. And see, this is what is being hit so hard right now with this Saturn retrograde energy, is because toxic masculine energy, you know, that's what people refer to as the patriarchy, all of that. Oh, we're ready for divine masculine energy. We're ready for it. Okay, I know I am. Thank you, Spirit. But that toxic stuff, no, that's what's been done. And it is done. So that's the reason why this person or this organization or this group is failing, is because they are aligned with an old timeline that's done. We're not doing toxic masculinity anymore. We're no longer suffering constant harm that is done to the divine feminine. We're not silencing the divine feminine and her creative energy. This is a person who wanted to take. These are people who wanted to take until there was no more left to give. And now they're on the side of the road like that raccoon I saw this morning. Okay? Now for some of you, this could have been somebody who came to you like a lover or as a lover, posing. And then I heard, okay, posing, like they were pretending, but then I heard pose a threat. Like they are... They have constantly operated in the energy of a threat. They've always come to you, no matter how they were dressed, no matter how they were speaking or love bombing or whatever. They've always been trying to be a threat. I have to say trying to, because this person is not a threat to you anymore. And I was just looking up at Saturn. Listen, let me tell you something. This person, this organization... Yeah, this person thought that they had what it took to defeat you. Okay, they might operate on the evil end of the spectrum as far as trying to sell people out. Trying to sell people out, not giving people the respect that they are due, that they deserve. This could be someone who wanted you to sell yourself out for pennies, nickels, and dimes, when you are the whole treasure chest. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. Okay, they said angels and ancestors. Listen, your ancestors are all over this, because I've pulled from 2 decks from the ancestors already. So you are definitely supported. Thank you, Spirit. What does this beautiful being need to know? Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Yes. Well, we just had 38 on the timer. That's 11:11. Opportunities are coming through for you. Any more guidance? Okay, this one was in reverse. Dream and journey. Yeah, somebody wanted to turn your dreams upside down, but you have harnessed your mystic power. This is the second card that comes through for you as the High Priestess. Okay? You might work with Bastet. I said ancient Egyptian energy is coming through in this reading. You have ties to that. Beautiful, divine ties to that. Let me see here. I have pulled this because I usually keep this deck on the table back there on my altar, but I think it's called Priestess of Light. I think it's called Priestess of Light. Well, we've got adjustment and healing earth. Yeah, looking back but moving forward. That's like what was coming through, was that you have all the experience that you need. You have all the wisdom that you need. You don't need to look back, But what this is signaling is that you have the wisdom from the past that supports you as you move forward. Okay? You have the power to give and receive healing. Look, that looks like a lightsaber almost. I know it's like a force of light coming from her, but it reminds me of a lightsaber, so Star Wars could be significant to you. I'm getting Mace Windu, because you know Mace Windu, he's so amazing because he doesn't come through like fake light, right? I feel like these beings came in fake light. They were like, oh, I'm the love and the light. And really they're the pure evil. They're not even real darkness, because true darkness is the divine feminine. That is the cosmos. That is the womb. That is the energy that is there when there is no light. It's the subconscious. It's the dream state, right? And that is beautiful. But see, what these energies do is they pretend to be in the light, but they're not in true light or true darkness. They're in evil. And evil can pretend to be dark. It can pretend to be light. Usually it pretends to be light because people automatically assume that everything dark is evil anyway. But see, you're like Mace Windu. There's something coming out about your being able to use the entire spectrum, because you realize that the whole spectrum is here for us to use, both the night and the day. That's why I love Mace Windu, because he uses a balance of the light and the dark. I love that. Okay, so Goddess Sarasvati is coming through. The Hindu goddess of wisdom, learning, joy, art, and music. She is with you. All right. You can connect with her by connecting with the energy of the throat chakra, healing frequencies. There are mantras for her. Okay, I might have one on my channel. I think I made it public. It was from a long time ago. But yeah, you can connect with her energy, and she will help you to have the knowledge that you need to pass whatever test this is that's coming up. But let me tell you, it's already settled. Like, you're gonna pass it. Power over difficulty. You have reclaimed your power. And you know what? Just get ready to laugh real good. Because whatever trick this is that somebody's trying, let me tell you, it's gonna feel it. Like, on one hand, it could feel a little bit insulting. Like, you really thought that you were gonna get me with that? But see, the thing is that these beings that are working against you or trying to, they're so weak. You've passed the tests. You've gained the knowledge and the awareness that you need. I really feel like Goddess Sarasvati is coming through saying, I'm with you. Like, you are wise. You have already achieved wisdom. But love, it really is going to feel funny to you. It's going to be like, it's going to feel like something that you shouldn't involve yourself with, because, you know, like I said, it feels funny. It feels off to you. But by the same token, it's funny, because it's like, what were you thinking? Like, that's the vibe. You're going to sit back and be like, I cannot believe you even tried that one. And you know what? You might create with it. You might turn it into a video, a story time. You might turn it into a chapter of your book, or an example that you include in an autobiography that you're writing. Something. You're going to create something from this. And so that is yet again how you will win from this nonsense that these evil aligned beings, they're aligned with evil, right, have tried. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that you allow them to come through me, and thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I'm so thankful for you. I'm thankful for your likes, your kind comments, your shares, your subscribes, your donations, your hypes, every bit of love that you send to this space of In Her Dreams. I am so truly, truly grateful for. I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.